Hello YouTube, it's Mindbender here, and today we've got another mech to show off. This is Space Ranger, and he's got some dust on his shoulder. That doesn't look nice. But the first thing you'll notice about Space Ranger is that he is very orange. It felt like it had been a while since I built an orange mech, so I kind of wanted to do that again. I hadn't really built one since, I think it was Breacher was my last really orange mech, and I think Space Ranger's a little more orange than him, so let's take a look at him. On Breacher's right arm, he has this large single-fire anti-material rifle. I used the little minifig ski piece here just because I like the detail that creates, and it's mostly just gray, dark bluish gray, kind of meant to be a gunmetal gray in universe. But yeah, I'm a big fan of how this one looks, and I imagine it's quite powerful. The weapon on his left arm is meant to be a pair of machine guns, kind of encapsulated by some form of protective casing, so it kind of looks like this big, like module type thing just bolted to his arm. I'm a big fan of how that looks. A couple barrels for the output. And I imagine this fires quite rapidly. It probably uses like a lower caliber so it can fit more rounds in it, but I imagine it's quite effective. But my personal favorite weapon that Space Ranger has is in his shoulders. These panels here are not just panels, they fold out. And you can see I used the Ninjago printed tile piece to kind of represent like some missile racks that would be hidden in his shoulders, and they can just slide out. These would be fire and forget missiles, so he can kind of just fire them off upwards, and then whoever he's picked as his targets, they'll just kind of automatically redirect and pursue them. And naturally he is able to assume some kind of over-the-top anime-style launching position, some kind of sick JoJo pose for when he's firing off his lethal shrugs. Now, as the name Space Ranger implies, this mech is meant to be airborne and can in fact reach flight. We can come around to the back here and get a good look at his many thrusters. These ones here and this one are meant to provide the main thrust to get him off the ground. These ones here are kind of meant to be more maneuvering, like small maneuvering thrusters. And if you look down here, he's actually got a pair down by his feet, which if you think about it, probably shouldn't be there just by where they're located and how his feet work, but I just kind of wanted the visual cue that he does have some kind of propulsion in his feet. So overall, he's very maneuverable in the air. He can do lots of tricks and dances and turn on a dime and all that good stuff. And of course, being a mech, he does have a pilot sitting inside of a cockpit, which opens in two segments. One of them is his head, which I'm actually a big fan of, by the way. Oh, proud of this head design. That opens up. You see the pilot's head in there. She's got her aviators to really get across the pilot vibe. And this is Madison Greenway. She's one of my named characters, or Mads, as her friends call her. And I'm just going to take her out real quick. I'm actually a really big fan of this figure. I just like the hair, the vest, the glasses, just seems to have a lot of attitude, a lot of personality. And also I'm just a big fan that I was very happy that Space Ranger happened to have a cockpit that could accommodate this hair. I mean, that really wasn't something I was trying for when I was building it. When I was building the cockpit, she actually had a completely different hairpiece. But I'm such a big fan of that hairpiece that whenever it can fit into a mech, I do not pass up the chance, and I'm happy with the result. One last thing I want to cover in Space Ranger's design is the inclusion of these little video printed tiles on the sides of the cockpit. These were kind of meant to be similar to like nose art on old fighter planes, you know, just some kind of painting put there by the pilot to personalize their mech, even though this whole thing was built by Madison. This is kind of just like a little thing she's printed just for fun. Alright guys, that's going to about do it for Space Ranger. If you like this build, I hope you'll check out my pinned comment or description where you can find the instructions to build your own. It will include a full parts list, but no physical parts, just the instructions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like the video, feel free to subscribe. Both of those things totally help me out. I've been Mindbender, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.